this showcase for acting, which was in Texas, and you had to raise money for it. So I worked my butt off in Samia, and I also got another job, part-time job at Melio's. It was like a bike delivery, so I would bike around delivering sandwiches, go to Samia, raise enough money so I could go to Texas to do the showcase where I had to do a monologue, which I wrote my own monologue for, and then I had to like do more runway, and it was like cool, like. But I was like, man, this is like, I don't know if I'm talented. So many people are like way more talented, way more like attractive. Like I didn't do this swimsuit thing because people probably be like, why is this guy wearing a swimsuit? um, but yeah, I met people from New York who like were scouters for a school in New York, and they came up to me and they're like, "Are you interested in going to New York? We watched your monologue, and we thought you could be a really good student at our school." And I was like, "Wow, that's my dream to always go to New York." And yeah, I was like, is like I want to do it, but it's like right now, right time. I'm already in like a lot of student debt because I dropped out of school twice, so I have to pay that off. And then it was like, I don't know, like I thought I was gonna regret it if I didn't do it. So I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna go for it. So I had to get like ask my high school and ask them for like my grades from high school, so this college in New York could have it, and then like write like a cover letter, why, and then had an audition for the school on Skype, and it was like such a bad audition because I remember I was biking at my Emilio's job, biking, giving out sandwiches, and then I was like, okay, I gotta go, I got this audition for this school, and then I bike home, and I'm really tired, and I'm like trying to like memorize his monologue because we had two monologues, and I couldn't even memorize them. I had brought them up on my computer screen so like I could like glance over it just in case I got lost. And I was sitting there and I was like so tired, and I was trying to like do this monologue and then glance and then read it, and then the teacher was like, "Are you reading it off your computer screen?" And I'm like, yeah, I have it up to look at it just in case." And they're like, "Yeah, just don't worry about that. Just calm down, try to look not at your screen, look away from the camera, and just talk to me, and just say your monologue." And then I tried, and I was like, and I got like two lines in, and I started almost crying, and she was like, "No, do not worry about it. The fact that you're able to take direction and listen and try and be authentic is the reason why we want you to come to this school." And I was like, whoa, I didn't think I'd ever get into this school. And yeah, wow. So then I was like, I'm gonna regret it if I don't do it. And I didn't even have enough money to move out to New York. I didn't have, because I spent it all on alcohol, and I didn't even have enough my funds because I was out of state from where I grew up. My federal loans couldn't even cover the whole school, so I had to take out a private loan, enough money so I could move out here for myself because I didn't have a job, um, and pay off the rest of my loans through a private loan. And I got all the together. I got approved, and I basically told my mom, "Man, I'm moving out to New York, and I hope you support me." And she did, and I was so grateful for that. And I moved out here, and it was like a totally different world, but it was like, like exciting, Well, at the beginning, not until the pandemic hit, and but anyways, yeah, I was going to this acting school. I was like one of the older people in the school, but like at least I was with like people who just graduated high school, so it wasn't like little kids. But it was like I never acted really in my life besides doing a couple classes that were like baby classes, and like you know and I was like I actually was learning how to act, and it was cool, and I loved it. And yeah, now I'm like an actor. Cause like it was a journey. Yeah, like I remember I would cry because like one time I couldn't get accepted into a class unless you like memorize the lines, and like I have troubles reading. I grew up with reading problems, speech problems. I was LD, math and stuff, so I'm not like dumb, but I'm not like, it takes me a while to learn. So like I'm memorizing lines, sometimes like I get tripped up because like it's like I switch words around and stuff sometimes. But I did I tried, I pushed it. I like went up there, tried to memorize my lines best that I could. Couldn't memorize all the lines and couldn't get accepted into the class. And like the school's really strict on attendance, so like if you couldn't get into that class, you could only miss days in the whole year, and I missed one because I couldn't remember my lines, and I was like, damn, I paid all this money to come out here to do this, and I can't do it, you know, like I was crying, and luckily I had good friends who were there for me, calmed me down. Um, yeah, but like 2 years later, um, 1 second. 2 years later, I actually, even at the start of the pandemic, which we had to stop taking classes in person and do scene work, which is cool. It was like actually acting, the best that you could and close as you could to a real set, so it was fun. And we had switched to online because of the pandemic, but I actually graduated. I got a degree, an associate's degree in acting. So I actually, feel like, oh, this is what I want to do with my life. This is what I am good at, in a sense. I'm still learning. So yeah, I'm proud of myself. But then, oh, okay. Okay. The cat was about to throw in the degree. But yeah. So, yeah, then the pandemic hit, and my graduation kind of got canceled, which was a bummer because there was supposed to be like a red carpet event, and we're supposed to do like our own reel where we got to film like on a real set, like a 1 minute monologue and watch each other's. And yeah, pandemic kind of like put a stop to a lot of acting stuff. So it was hard, So like nowadays, like actors, you have to do your own thing. You have to, start producing your own work. So like, I try to look for, I applied to audition to whatever I could. I found this small gig in the summer, and basically it was for a comedy tournament on TV, and I was just like a background dude. So I was like, okay, but it was cool to be on set again, And then I did a student film, which you should check out, by the way. But I had a small role, it was cool to actually like have a character and try to play a character again. So that was a win. And now, I'm communicating, reaching out to other actors, because New York, you have the cool society of actors, helping each other. So I'm now trying to raise money to be an assistant producer for an indie film called Bound, and I would love if you could donate $1 of your time and money to this cause. And my goal is to reach $10,000, but I want to reach it by having everyone pay $1 only, and having 10,000 people reach out to. That's my goal, because I feel like it's hard times. People might not have like a lot of money, but everyone could spare, I think, $1 for a good cause, for the arts, especially the arts. So if you want to support me and my journey to raise money for an indie film, so I can help become an assistant producer credited in IMDb, I would really appreciate that. So I'll put the link, how YouTube people do that, point and the link. Alright. So yeah, that's where I am right now in my career, and I'm starting this podcast so I can basically just talk and like not have people have so much stress in their life, and we just should come together. So that's me, that's my journey. I thank you for listening, and I didn't get through all my questions, but this video went on long enough, so I'm just gonna pull out one more question, and maybe I'll save the other questions for later. But whew, let's see, this has to be a good one. My garbage bag. Good one. Alright, so here we go. You have to do what you love doing. Wait, do you have to do what you love, or doing what's popular better for you in today's world? Oh, that's an interesting question. I think maybe I should reword it. Should you do what you love to do, or should you do what's trending, what's maybe potentially could make you more money, you know? And I think that depends on the person, you know? I always say do what you love to do because it won't feel like work. It would, you know, feel like you just are happy, you know? Like me, I'm doing this podcast. I'm probably not going to get paid doing a podcast like this, but it's making me happy. It's making me become more open with who I am and growing as a person, meeting new people. So I'm gonna try to go do a podcast once a month starting in the new year and finishing this year, and hopefully can do 2 times a month by the end of the year. That's my goal. Baby steps. But you know, look at TikTokers, look at people who do this, and all of a sudden they get signed by Dunkin' Donuts to make money and thousands upon thousands of dollars. So I guess if you could find a world that does both, then you're set. But in reality, I say do what you want to do because your happiness is more than money I think could ever create for you. But if you need the money or want some money, you know, go for it. You know, the biggest thing that I learned is we get to pick and choose who we want to be. You know, every day we have a choice, decisions, you know, that ultimately decide our lives, you know. So we get to pick and choose who we want to be and what we want to do. So pick and choose what the kind of person you want to be, you know, and become. Soul search. But yeah, thank you for listening, and I appreciate everyone who listened to the whole thing because this is like 40 some minutes long now, and I hope I am on the right path, and I hope this was cool information, and yeah, I'll see you next time on anything and everything. Goodbye.